Shalom, sisters. Shalom, shalom. Lord willing, everybody doing well through the Spirit. Father, Yahawashi, Shah. First and foremost, I want to give out honor, glory, praise to the Most High. Yahawashi, Shah. I was thinking about something as I was reading, and I was reading with this sister, and there's a verse that stood out to me. It's Proverbs 13:24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes. And our parents in the world, they don't spare the rod toward us. It says that you hate your child. If you don't love, if you spare the rod, if you don't whoop your child or discipline them, you hate them. But you love them if you chasten them. So how much more the Most High? And it's like, if I can't speak for everybody, but typically that's how it will go. If you did something, you would get in trouble for it. But I can't speak for everybody, so I just speak for myself. So like if I did something, I would get a whooping, or I get my phone taken. Like if I didn't do the chores like I should have, well, you can't go nowhere. If I didn't, if I had an attitude, or like if my grades were slipping, okay, you getting your phone taken, you can't go nowhere. Why? Because until you can get your grades better, until you can work on your attitude and know how to talk to me as your elders, your parents, you're not going nowhere. So your privileges are stripped, and I'm going to take what's precious from you until you can get it together, right? And so they did it because they love us, and because they don't have our parents, they loved us, and they wanted us to be better, right? They wanted us to know how to talk and not have an attitude. Well, like I said, I speak for myself. They didn't want me to have an attitude. They wanted me to have A's and B's. They wanted me to make sure I was doing the right thing, so I would get whooped or I would get punished when I wasn't doing the right thing, and they did that because they loved me. And so how much more the Most High? The Most High, he's the same exact way. The same exact way. The Most High wants us to be better. And sometimes he has to strip what's precious to us. He has to break us down just to build us back up. All so we can be better. And the Most High, he loves us above all. He loves us way more than our parents. The love the Most High has for us is an unexplainable love that you cannot explain. Words cannot even put into words, explain how much the Most High God loves his children. And so it's like just how our parents didn't spare the rod with us growing up as kids, and they disciplined us because they loved us and they wanted us to be better. Because what would they say? I raised you better than this. They taught us better than this, so why are you acting crazy? Now I gotta whoop you and put you in your place because you tripping, and I need you to get it together. It's the same with the Most High, And something I think about is when we were growing up and our parents would discipline us and whoop us, we never packed up a bag and say, F you, mom, I'm leaving. Maybe we've seen stuff like that in some movies, but we never, hated our parents for that. We might have been mad at them in the moment, or, we'd have been like, who she thinks she's talking to? Thinking we grown or whatever. But we would have been like annoyed with our parents in the moment. But when our parents would whoop us and put us on punishment because we weren't doing the right thing, we never packed a bag and said, I'm leaving, I'm going to TT house. Like I said, I can't speak for everybody, but I know I didn't. I just had to endure it. Because where could I go? I was their child. I was a minor living in their home, living with my parents. So how am I going to go somewhere as a minor? Especially when you like 10, 9, 11. You can't go nowhere. You can't be like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Now, when you get older in high school, maybe we had our own car. We're just going to try to sneak off somewhere. But you couldn't run and hide nowhere. Like, when you got in trouble with your parents, we just had to endure that. I just had to endure that. I couldn't go to new house or my cousin house or this person's house. I had to just go in my room. And it's the same thing with the Most High. So why is it? So if our parents did these things, why is it that when we get punished and afflicted by the Most High, we see it as a grievous bad thing when our parents did the same exact thing? And obviously on different levels, but our parents did the same exact thing because they loved us and they wanted better for us. So why don't we see the same thing with the Most High? Because that's exactly what the Most High is doing. He's doing it because he loves us and he sees potential in us and he knows we can be better. So he's pushing us to be better by affliction, because Isaiah 48:10 say, behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. When you go to the word refine, it means to remove unwanted qualities and traits, to cleanse from impurities, right? And so we want to be that gold. We're that gold tried through the fire. We want to be that gold. We want to be as blameless as possible. We want to be perfect as possible. We want to be better women. And those things are not just going to come in a box with a bow on top and like, here you go. You have to go through some things. You have to go through some hardships. You have to go through pain. You have to go through the hurt in order to get where you want to be. It's like the growing pains. It don't feel good in the moment, but that's the same things that's going to help you be a better woman and servant of the Most High God that you want to be, that you aspire to be, right? And so it's like I was saying, we never packed up a bag and left our parents' house because we were on punishment or whatever. Especially when we were little kids, we just probably went to our room and pouted and cried. So why is it when in this walk, when we go through hard things, we ready to pack up our bag and say, forget this truth, I can't do it no more? Why is it? Where did our strength go? And here's the thing. When we were kids, we didn't have nowhere to go. We were kids. Those are our parents. We was in their house. You couldn't go nowhere. If you in trouble, deal with it. You got to endure it. But here's the thing. In this walk, nobody got a gun in your head telling you to keep enduring. It's like you're not quote unquote trapped. You have an quote unquote option, but you really don't. But it's like, I guess what happens is people, they have the mindset of, well, I don't have to do it because I can just I can just go back in the world. It wouldn't be as hard, right, babe? Mm-hmm. Like they make that an option in their head. I don't have to do this. But if you want the kingdom, you do though. So we have to change our perspective and change our mindset. Like if you want the kingdom of heaven, you do have to endure, and you do have to, take it on the chin, take the chastisements on the chin, and not pick up your bag and be so quick to say, I'm done. But I just wanted to make that connection with our parents and the Most High, because the Most High, God is our Father. He's our Father in heaven. And just as our earthly parents chastised us and whooped us and disciplined us, the Most High is going to do the same exact thing. And we didn't run or hate it when our parents did it. We didn't get up and leave and cuss them out and slam the door, and we just had to deal with it. Like I said, we might have pouted and cried, but we had to deal with it. And so it's the same with the Most High. Why do we feel the need to just hurry up and pack up and be like, I'm done with this shit, I can't do it no more? Because growing up wasn't always easy. So what makes it any different that trying to grow as women, as adults in this walk, that's going to be easy? It's going to be some growing pains. It's going to be some hard times. There's going to be a lot of cries and tears and, trying to figure it out, trying to figure your life out, trying to strive to be a better woman of the Most High God, trying to get your P's and Q's together. And it's not always going to be easy. But with the strength of the Most High, we can get through anything. We can endure through anything. But you got to ask yourself, do you really want it? You can't make giving up an option in your mind. You got to ask yourself, do I really want it? Do I really want this kingdom? Do I really want to be better? Because eventually you're going to get tired of your crap. You're going to get tired of doing the same thing over and over again. You're going to get tired of messing up in the same area. So that's just some food for thought. But I'm going to close it off with Hebrews 12. Food for thought, though. I'm going to find it. Hold on. Hebrews back the other way, I believe. Bear with me. Maybe it's not. Let me see. There we go. Alright, so this is Hebrews chapter 12 and 5. Ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou rebuked of him. Don't despise the chastening of the Most High. Don't faint when he's punishing you. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. So like that precept in Proverbs. When you spare the rod, you hate your own son. But if you chasten him, you love him. It says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth them. So the Most High chastises us because he loves us. And if he didn't love us, he wouldn't do it. But he does. He sees potential in you. Just how your parents saw potential in you growing up. They knew you could be better. Because they ain't raised you like that. They knew that you had the potential to be better in school, with your attitude, in sports. And even with sports, your coaches chewed you out because they knew you could be better. Sometimes you were late to practice, or you didn't get the shot right. The coach would make you, or you was acting out in practice, or you might have did something in class. Now you're making the team look bad. Whatever the case may be, sometimes your coaches even would have made you run extra laps as a punishment, do suicide drills, or you might have had to sit out a game because of something. So it's like all of our authoritative figures punish us when we slip up. Why do we get angry when the Most High does the exact same thing and he's the most authoritative person we know? If you're in there chastening, God dealeth with you with sons, or what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if you be without chastisement, whereof are partakers, then are you bastards and not sons. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection to the Father's Spirit and live? So it's like, I mean, everything I'm saying, the Bible is saying it for me. You know, it says, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. So we've had our parents in this world. We've had our parents. When they corrected us and disciplined us, we gave them reverence. We never said, F you, I'm done, I'm leaving. We didn't do that. It might have not felt good in the moment. We didn't disrespect them, though. Why would we do it to the Most High? Shall we not much rather be in subjection to him? For they verily for a few days chastened us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. Right? The Most High does it for our profit. Right? Like I said, we say we want to be better. We say we want to get the kingdom. So in order to do that, we have to be holy. And in order to dwell in his presence and be a part of his holiness, we have to be holy. Be ye holy, for that, therefore I am holy. Yahawashi said that in 1 Peter 1:15. Christ said that. Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which exercise their body. It's not always going to feel good, but it's going to yield some beautiful fruit if you endure through it. So, I just wanted to give that food for thought to the spirit. Lord willing, sisters keep enduring. Let me make sure that was 1 Peter 1:15. Oh, 16 Salakia. Because it is written, be ye holy, for I am holy. So in order to dwell with the Most High and his Son, we have to strive to be like Christ, right? And there's a lot of ways in us that are not Christ-like, and that is why we get punished or disciplined and chastised through the fire as that goal, because the Most High is trying to rid what's not of him to bring forth more fruit that is of him. And so that's also what John said in John 15:2. Let's go find it. Okay. All right. So this is John chapter 15:2. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away, and every branch in me that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. So even though we're not who we want to be yet, not where we want to be, we have some, good traits and good fruit. We have some ways that are Christ-like, right? So we're going to get purged, right? So that we may bring forth more good fruit. So think of like a tree, right? You have a tree and you might have some limbs that are actually growing and flourishing. They might have some fruit on it. And you might have some limbs that's kind of dead and, it's just nasty looking. So if there's a side, those limbs that are dead can't they can't bear fruit. They can't bring forth fruit because the tree the limb is dead. So that limb has to get cut down so that it may bring forth even more fruit and have abundance. And it's the same with us. We might have some ways within us that are not Christ-like, and it's not it. And so we have to get those ways out of the way. We have to get cleansed and rid of those ways so that we may bring forth more godly fruit and behavior that is of Christ. So just want to give a food for thought, just wanted to make that connection with our parents and the Most High. So just as our parents did it, the Most High is going to do it as well. There's no difference. So if this is what you want, this kingdom, then you have to endure, because Acts 14:22. Acts 14:22 says this: confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of God. So we want the kingdom of heaven. So with much tribulation, we'll get it if we endure to the end. Matthew 24:13. So Lord willing, somebody got some out of this. With that, I say, call Bahasham, all praise to the Most High God and His only begotten Son. All praises to the Most High. Shalom.